So today in rule number 3 for playing better golf, I'm going to talk about how to set up in a way that makes learning great impact a lot easier. The first 2 videos I dealt with impact, which is the most important part of any golf swing, but how we set up has a great influence on how well we're going to be able to make impact. Please make sure you're subscribed here to my channel. Click the button below as well as the bell to be notified as I release new rules for playing better golf. You don't want to miss them because they're sure to help you improve your game so you can play your best golf ever. So what I recommend doing is, as we're getting into a setup position where I'm going to hit a golf ball, we want to talk about impact. So I showed you impact. We want to have the hands leading and in front of the leading leg like this. And so I'm going to just move the club to that position, and I'm going to rotate my body. So I'm going to rotate my hips over my leading leg this way. My upper torso is also rotating, and then I'm going to put my hands on the club in a position that feels comfortable. And so that's where I want to be at impact. My head's behind the ball, my legs have straightened somewhat, my hips and upper torso are turned, and this would be the impact position that I'm striving to attain. As I showed you in the first 2 videos with the top players, how they were all in this position if we stop them at impact. So that's really important. From there, go back to the setup position. You may feel that your grip is in a stronger position than you're used to, and that's fine. Keep in mind that if you go on the golf course and you haven't learned to attain this impact yet, it might be wise to just use your normal grip as you're converting. So if you're working with my drills as part of my online learning program, then you already know the grip that's going to work for you when you go out and play. But we want to do as much practice as we can from here. This is going to be our impact position, and then we would go to setup, and you can make a motion. Here's impact, and then make a few swings, just trying to get a feel for that release. My drills take you, of course, step by step through the process. So a big part of the setup that I teach has you setting up on your impact plane, which means at impact, what we're doing, we're setting up in a position where the wrists are in an uncocked position. And you'll see in all the top players, every one of them at impact, the wrists are in this position. Even though they set up in this position, at impact, the club is there. And so we're just going to set up there with the hands in that position. So you could bring the club to here. This is a wrist cocked, and this is wrist uncocked, ulnar deviation in the wrist. And we're just going to set up there. I like to bend in the trailing elbow this way, and then put the trailing hand on the club like that. I'm also setting up in a more upright position with my spine. It's a lot more comfortable that way, and I feel that it makes it easier to swing the club back on a single plane and through on that same single plane, which is pretty easy because I'm set up on my impact plane. So I'm just moving from here, and I'm moving back again to the impact position. It's as simple as that, back and through, trying to keep my spine at the same angle, which is pretty easy to do with a little bit of practice. It's also putting a lot less stress on the spine and on the body altogether because there's less moving parts. We're not going from here to here. We're already starting there. And you don't have to change your golf clubs. Again, a lot of people ask, yeah, if I'm set up here and the club's flat, if I start setting up there, do I need different clubs? The answer is no, because we're setting up where we're making impact. You were already making impact at this angle, even though you're starting here. Now we're going to set up, and we're going to make impact again at that same angle that you always did. So if your clubs fit you before, then you won't need new clubs in that case. It's always a great idea to have custom fit golf clubs, and I have recommendations for that. But first, learn to perfect impact, learn to perfect the setup, and set up in your impact plane, set up in a position where your hands are on the club in a way that are going to make squaring the club easy, and so that we don't need to rotate the trailing arm and all that. We're just going to come in non-rotational, hands leading, and we're set up there to begin with. So it's pretty easy to make great impact. I have full details step by step on every aspect of the setup in my learning program on the website, setupforimpact.com. I have a grip video, a setup video, all of my drills. There's over 20 lessons on there, and it takes you step by step through. Biggest benefit of membership is that you can communicate with me directly by sending in videos of your swing through the free OnForm app, and members get free access to that app, and you easily can send in videos for me to review, and I get right back to you with simple corrections, recommending the drills to follow, and I even compare you to me doing the drills, and so you can see exactly what needs to be done so we can get you playing better golf as quickly as possible. Again, please hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell to accept notifications so you know when the next rule video is released. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.